have to talk about it, right? The sooner we get it done, the less I have to talk about it. All good as we jump into game number 1 between Kira and Denver. On the bottom left-hand side, we do have our blue Zerg player. To start us off, it is Denver. Taking on in the top right, our red Terran player Kira. To get this one underway. We look to see just how things are going to turn out. All right, so getting this going, and it's gonna be seeing our hatchery coming through, getting going. Nothing too crazy just yet. Rack's coming in. Gonna be finishing up in a moment or so, and just gonna be seeing our hatchery down on the natural. Let's get that rolling. I mean, pulling the spawn pool first, a little bit funky. We'll see if Denver has anything particularly aggressive planned here. Obviously, definitely opens up some aggressive plays down the road, so we'll see if anything comes out of that. It's going to be seeing an SCV making its way off to the upper right side. There's the road shore coming down. I mean, to be fair, like I say, it really does just spell out aggression. Why would you build the early pool, etc., instead of just going hatchery first, unless you're going to take advantage of it? Sometimes it can be a little bit annoying. Yeah, sure, you can come around and have a good time with, you know, a little bit of like a ling pressure and so on, but again, most of the time there's a roach attack behind it, especially a map like Pillars of Gold. Shorter rush distance, easy to come across this map, easy to put the pressure on. Now, it is a double gas opening from Kua, so that's already good news for Kua. Double gas definitely means that he's going to have more likely a chance to deal with this. Feelings nibbling onto the natural orbital. Ripper comes down, sees the roaches actually, so you can have a lot of time to prepare for this as Kua. As we got the command center just going to lift off and move away. Cyclone about halfway done at the moment. Couple of Marines continuing through, and the Reaper just going to continue out to the left-hand side. As the Lings are going to get through there and pick that up. Take it down. So it's going to get shut down. Just going to be seeing now the Cyclone out to help defend a little bit. Get rid of this Overload right away. That's massive. You remove high ground vision. What this does for you, all of a sudden Denver cannot attack up this ramp without committing up, right? You've got to actually send units up here. So you've got to come into the fray of battle to pick away at the depots or anything, which is obviously very costly right from the get-go. So that's definitely problematic right from the start. It's a pretty big catch, actually. It's a nice little thing to pick up on. Getting that Overlord kill really makes the future life just that much easier. Kubal's going down. This obviously Kira is now trying to fight to take over his natural. Of course, he's not really taking a lot of damage here. It's just, you know, he's being slowed down a lot from where he would like to be. So that's where he currently stands. Going to see the few Marines, the Cyclone coming back and forwards. And the Cyclone gets a lock onto a Ravager. Tank shot is good for a couple of roaches, bringing these a bit lower. Yeah, I'm just going to see this push back. I don't think that's really all too surprising at all. Just going to see the couple of extra wrecks still coming through. In fact, you're going to land for a reactor. Just going to see Depot in the front. Just going to see the Ravagers moving all the way back home. Obviously, nice to keep the Ravagers alive at least. Some units you can use back at home. Marines coming through, just going to grab that creep Juma. A couple engineering bays still coming in. I'm just going to be seeing those coming in the back of the main base. Just going to see that medevac coming back through the center. Drones coming in, lab building up. Stimpack starting. And a couple extra racks building into the back of this main base. So all of this coming through. Well, it's going to be done on the natural in just a few moments' time. The Roach is still coming up. The carapace upgrade on that evolution chamber. Again, Cure, I'm pretty happy with where he's at, right? I mean, he gets his third CC going. He's a few workers behind, yes, but look at the timings of everything for Denver, right? What does he really have in this game? Well, no Spore Crawlers is one of the answers. He does have a lair, but no Overseer ready, so multiple drones will go down. Obviously, that is far from ideal as the Banshees come back across. They're going to get rid of a few drones as well. And now a Queen goes down also. So just disaster across the board, really, for Denver, who gets the Overseer up, but you lose a Queen, you lose a bunch of drones. I mean, you can actually get rid of a Spore Crawler that's building here as well. That's not just a drone, but it's also the cost of building a Spore Crawler. So 2 Spore Crawlers go down, and now a few Lings just peel out over to the side also. Marines, the Cyclone continue to pick away. The Lings continue to fall. Again, Banshees just continue to chip their way through this drone count at the moment. So continue to kill off all of this as our Banshees come on through. Do you see the carapace upgrade is going to be finishing shortly? As our Banshees now make their way into this main and just going to go after a few more drones over here. 10 workers killed. Boy, these Banshees have had a field day. Well, I was saying I liked Q's position because what did Denver have to show for it? Well, you know, I said then he didn't have the Spore Crawlers. He just doesn't really have much else, right? It's going to be Roach Ravager, +1 Carapace and Roach Speed against 1/1 Biotank. There's just so much in play here for Cure that Denver is just missing out on. I don't see Denver having an overwhelming force to show up and to, you know, end the game with either, which is sometimes what you can do with a Roach Ravager army to kind of get you into a better position again. Okay, I can kind of see it if Cure's out of position, right? In the sense that he's got 60 Marines over here right now. He's only got 1 tank sieged up. The other 2 tanks are moving forward. He's already going to pull the SCVs, knowing the importance of just turning this around and shutting down this attack ahead of time. And he really understands the importance of just getting ahead of this fight. Roach Ravager comes on through, and Denver's just going to type out GG because the Marines across the map are doing way too much. They are having a fantastic time while Denver is unable to break through over here to find any damage. So it is Cure to take game number 1 of this series. And Cure is staying on the right track at the moment here, looking for his 2nd win of the day. Right now, we'll cast all the games we've got to cast and go from there. It's a good feeling, guys. It's a good feeling. We get this underway. Top left, blue Zerg down a map is Denver taking on the red Cure. A red Cure? Well, there you go. He's Cure. He's in the bottom right-hand side. Cure, our red Terran player. Well, second map sets up with a hatchery in Q as natural. Sorry, my keyboard's not working. There we go. It wasn't moving. My screen wasn't moving. I'm like trying to replug it in while staying, you know, regular and not messing around. Yes, we got a hatchery blocking the natural, so this can definitely turn into a little bit of chaos. Something that could go very well for sure. Bunker of Q finishes up on the natural, going to build the command center right next to that hatchery. So he's not being slowed down by this at all, but this is going to turn into a roach attack from Denver. Again, that roach run started. Yo. Dren me with the $100 donation just before this attack really kicks off. Are you a Terran main? Because I want to put my Nidus worm in you. Why do I have to be a Terran main? Can't I be a Protoss main? You could Nidus a Zerg main too. Why so specific, huh? Yo, dude, thank you so much. A $100 donation, some hype in the chat. That's that's a pretty good one. We went through a list of Valentine's quotes the other day for Starcraft stuff. As roaches are popping out here, this command center will cancel, but there's double bunker ups. I really don't see how much this does. I will not lie, we didn't get very many good ones. I didn't really make much use of them. There was a lot of there's a lot of very lame ones, like like there was some very lame ones like, girl, are you a stalker? Because I want you to blink when you look at me. I'm like, is that even meant to be like, in what way is that a Valentine's statement, guys? Oh, yeah. It turns out Starcraft fans were not the best at making these. Q is just dead, by the way. I thought double bunker was going to be enough, but then he lost all of his Marines. So, turns out double bunker is not enough if you don't have anything to put in the bunkers. Q is just going to GG out, and Denver's going to take game 2. And this series is going to go the distance as well. All the series today going to game number 3. Starcraft first. IEM just started. All my Starcraft would go out the window. All my plans would be ruined. No. I'd keck W. Thank you. I appreciate it. On the bottom right-hand side, blue Zerg is Denver. In the top left, red Terran is Cure. I'm pretty sure I did this last year as well, but I'm pretty sure one time I introduced players as Cure is red, Denver is blue. This is WardiTV, cast in Starcraft 2. Something like that. I can't remember what we did to rhyme it, but you know, there's so many cool little rhymes you can do, and we get something that's used as keck W to rhyme. Like, I just... my expectations of Twitch chat weren't high, and they just still haven't been met. You know? It's unbelievable. I'd watch Wardy Starcraft over the IEM. But don't worry, because when IEM's on, I'm not giving you the choice. I will not be online. I am not... I'm not gonna stream over Katowice. I like to make use of my time. How do you watch Katowice? It'll be on Twitch. Twitch.tv/ESL_SC2. What are we doing today, Wardy? The same thing we do every day, chat. Try and take over the world. Also known as casting Starcraft. When have we ever done anything different? Well, to be fair, we didn't cast Starcraft yesterday. What can I say? Did they shrink the prize pool for Katowice? Yeah, they did. Because it's an online, because it was an on event, because it's an online event, they shrunk the prize pool down. I kind of agree with it. They shrunk the prize pool and will use the prize pool they would have put into Katowice for other events throughout the year that happen offline. They just didn't want to have such a big tournament happen online. You know, it just gets to a point where it's like, you know, it's still going to be a big prize pool, but they were, you know, they just thought it would be better invested elsewhere, which I 100% agree with, right? I mean, at the end of the day, do we really want to watch grand finals for like a $90,000 prize difference happen online? So yeah, they kind of flattened the prize money a bit, and they actually, I believe, I believe for the players that will finish lower down in the tournament, you will actually get more than originally planned. It's just the players at the top end that really will not make quite as much, which, like I say, I think is fine. At the end of the day, the prize money they miss out on here is probably prize money that those guys will make up on in the future events that also have the prize money boost because of the prize money minimizing in Katowice. Creep tumor goes down. That's actually pretty darn annoying. That's very frustrating to deal with, actually. As we'll see the creep going to spread forward a little bit. A few Marines here in this bunker going to get rid of a little bug, a little lava. Creep team is very frustrating, especially if he gets one on this left side too, and he forced 2 different scans to deal with this. Oh, the Hellions actually going to kill the creep tumor by hitting the queen. That's amazing. That actually saves you a scan, because now you can just scan over here. One scan will clean it out. Wow, that's actually amazing, because I guess it would have actually reached. I'm underestimating the size of a scan. But yeah, okay, maybe it wasn't as big of a deal as I thought it was. Oh well. I actually thought it was pretty pog, but actually it wasn't that crazy. I wish they had double elimination for such a big prize pool. I mean, they do. I mean, it's like... I mean, they have a double elimination plane to get to the round of 24, and then the round of 24 is group stages. So the round 24 is a group stage, not single elimination, anyway. And then top 12 is single elimination, which I think is fine, right? Like, I feel at some point making double eliminate, like the whole point of a group stage is to thin the crowd to the top of the top, the best of the best, to go into a single elimination bracket. I think if you do double elimination for top 12, it's overkill. You get a lot of repeat matchups. I think it takes a lot of the hype away, personally. One of the playoffs of Katowice or of this tournament? If you're talking about this tournament, our playoffs are Tuesday and Wednesday. Is the plan of action. Talking about Katowice starts on the 20th and will run for 8 days straight. As far as I'm aware. I don't actually know the full schedule. I don't know if they take the Monday off for ESL Open Cups or what, but yeah, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I'm not really sure. Hellions roasting a few creep tumors here and there. Across the map, a couple of drones going down as Banshees find some openings. Not as ridiculous a situation as back on Pillars of Gold, but still a pretty good setup here for Q, who is able to get some good damage done with these Banshees. Again, a few drones, and they're still alive, so they will still come back in and find more opportunities a little bit further down the line. All drones going down again. 1-1 upgrades, combat shields all coming through. Got that Baneling speed coming up on the Baneling nest here, so getting that up and running. Yeah, we're gonna get into a bit of Ling Bane meter. I'm kind of a fan of it, right? Getting an actual macro game after these couple of matches, which were, you know, so far not so macro focused. They were a little bit more kind of, in favor of the the one-sided kind of quick aggressive game, right? That Proxy Hatch in game 2 really delivered. Game 1 turned into that Roach Ravage attack. I mean, that kind of became macro, but not really. This is macro off a pretty even opening, which I'm a fan of. I will say that Denver's supply is a bit down. These workers he's losing is definitely adding up, and it's just at the point where he's got Combat Shield 1-1 and everything moving over. Does he have the Armory? He does, so these Hellions can become Hellbats as well. It makes this first attack really dangerous because you've got Hellbats to tank the first round of Banelings. Banelings that do have Baneling speed at least, but... I think there's more Vinda Hellbats. We can have our tanks moving forward just a little bit. Hellbats and Marines splitting up and spreading out just a little bit. I'm just going to see our Marines coming through. Queen goes down. As Banes crash through Marines. Do a pretty decent job of this. A lot of these Banes being picked away at and just going to be seeing our Queens continue to fall apart. Wow. I mean, this push was just deadly from Kua. I was just getting excited for the macro game, and the game just ends to the roar of the dragon as someone hits level 10 on Raid Shadow Legends.